God mistreated Jesus. See, the problem is we continue to look at these stories that are being told in the Bible, specifically the story of Jesus. We continue to look at it. We read it in a holy. They tell you, the pastors and the preachers tell you to read it through the Holy Spirit. No. Stop reading it through the Holy Spirit. Read the book and interpret it as is. So, as the story goes, listen to this. Jesus came here through immaculate conception. We all know this to be a fact, that a sperm and an egg has to meet together in order to have a child. That's a fact. There has to be a female and a male that comes together in order to have a child, produce a child, right? So within that, I could stop right there, because there's no such thing as no immaculate conception. That's the first thing. Okay, now Jesus is born. Joseph is like, who the hell? Like, I didn't get you pregnant, so who got you pregnant? That's the next thing. So I know that there was a argument, and Mary's trying to figure out, how did she really get pregnant? Some may say that there was an angel called Gabriel that had sexual intercourse with her. Regardless of whomever it was, whomever the baby daddy was, Joseph is caught up in a conundrum because he really loves this woman, but he knows that that is not his child. Let's move on. We're looking at this story in the most realistic way. Most realistic and logical way. This guy Jesus, he grows up, he gets older, he winds up, they wind up taking him because they was I forgot who was trying to kill him, but someone was trying to kill him, right? I forgot the dude's name. He's not really important anyway. Just know that somebody was trying to kill Jesus. They took him into Egypt, and he was taught up until the age 13. So just about everything that Jesus was taught, the Egyptians taught him, not God. So when he was performing these miracles or whatever have you, it was really alchemy. And the Egyptians were teaching him that, not God. Right? And another thing too is, God knew where Jesus was. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, as the story goes, God told Joseph and Mary to take him to Egypt. Jesus, that is. Jesus gets older. He starts performing miracles and everything. He has a certain dietary habit. I've never heard of Jesus eating pork, fried anything. It was basically fish. You see what I'm saying? Fresh produce. So he's going around healing people. So now I'm sitting here and I'm saying, okay, he understands, because Jesus knows this ahead of time. He understood that once he turns 33, he's going to be dead. He's going to die. This is his purpose on earth, is to grow up and love and care for his mother. Love and care for Joseph. I'm more than sure that they laughed together. I'm more than sure that they sat down and other family members came together and they had Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner. I'm pretty sure that there were family reunions. I'm pretty sure that Jesus, even though he was from heaven, right? He still would miss the people that he was around. His half-brother Barnabas. I'm pretty sure Jesus laughed. I'm pretty sure Jesus cried when one of his family members died. I'm more than sure that when it was time for Jesus to die, he wasn't ready to go. It would make sense to me. If somebody told me at 33 years old, you're going to die, and I was 19, I would be stressed the hell out for the next 14 years. So now he has this heavy burden on him where He has to do this. His father is telling him, yo, listen, God is telling him, yo, you have to die for these people's sins. So I'm trying to understand, like, did Jesus question God? Did Jesus really say, did Jesus have a one-on-one conversation with God and say, could there have been another way? Why is it that I have to die in order for their sins? Because at the end of the day, God, aren't you all-knowing? Aren't you powerful? Can't you just figure out something else except for me having to die? And I'm more than sure, I'm taking this approach on a logical and realistic way. I'm more than sure that once Jesus died and went back to heaven, he had a certain type of animosity towards his father. Because it's a how could you thing. Like, I remember one time I got arrested in New York. I was I got arrested in Milliola, and they took me to Hempstead. You know, I spent the night, you know, because there wasn't no court on the weekend. I spent the night over. It was like Saturday. It was Sunday, Saturday night, Sunday morning. I got arrested, so I had to stay till that Monday. And my father came to the courthouse, right? And you know, they was, you know, talking to him and everything, because he was trying to, you know, get me out or whatever. Had he said, I ain't getting my, you just gonna have to sit in there, I would have had animosity towards my father for years. But it gets deeper with Jesus. Like, who wouldn't have animosity towards their father if their father allowed someone to kill them? So let me get back to the situation. So he's going around healing people, but in the back of his mind, he knows when he turns 33, he's gonna die, right? Now, this guy, Jesus, he's a heterosexual man. You know, we are put here to replenish the earth. In Genesis, it says that. We were put here to replenish the earth, meaning that we supposed to reproduce. Jesus has a penis. You mean to tell me he didn't have a girlfriend? You mean to tell me that he didn't want to have a family of his own? That he was just put here to suffer and go through the pain and the stress of knowing that when he turns 33, even if he has a girlfriend, when he turns 33, even if he were to marry that girlfriend, and have children, have sons and daughters, he knows that when he turns 33, his sons and daughters won't have a father. His wife won't have a husband. Do you understand where I'm coming from? I had to do this video because I mentioned it in the last video that I did called Your God is a Deadbeat Dad. But I want you all to totally get this and understand just how foul and disrespectful and how God mistreated Jesus. So, fast forward, the Romans come and get him. They snatch him up, right? Oh, he had his last supper. He had his last supper with his apostles. Everybody knows he's gonna die. And everybody knows who's gonna sell Jesus out. Everybody knows this, even Jesus. But this has to happen. So they capture him. They torture him by putting thorns, a crown of thorns on his head, so he's bleeding everywhere. He gets whipped. I don't know how many times he's gotten his ass whipped. God is sitting in heaven seeing this happen to his son. Then after that final day, that last day, they take the crucifix and they wrap it around him and have him carry that the front part, the side part that he's gonna hang on, had him carry that shit all the way up a hill. Once he gets up to that hill, they take ropes and wrap it around his arm have him put his foot over his other foot, take a nail and slam it straight through his foot. Could you imagine the pain that Jesus was going through? But God is up in heaven looking at his son die, being tortured, suffering an unimaginable pain. I can't imagine a big nail going through both of my toes and driven inside the wood so I can't even move my feet. Then after that, they drive nails into his hands. And then they put him on a stake and they pierced the side of his I don't know if it was before he died or after. They pierced the side of his chest, so he bled out. He suffered a horrible death. And that God, your God, that is, allowed to see his son suffer. So this is the reason why I don't ask questions anymore of why God is allowing black men to be shot and killed by police officers. This is the reason why I don't ask questions like why God is allowing sex trafficking to go on, pedophilia, and all types of foul and negative shit that happens on this planet. You want to know why? Because I've seen how he treated his own, Jesus. So I know that if he treated his own that way, there's no possible way that he's going to treat me any different. That plain and simple. And the thing of it is with me, man, I just want to say this. I want to reiterate this too. For all you Christians that continue to comment in my comment section, stop it. I do not believe in the Bible, so there you can't validate anything in referencing the Bible to the Bible, because the Bible is nothing factual in there. Nothing factual in there. Matter of fact, there are ludicrous stories that are in there that just don't make no damn sense, like Jonah and the whale. Jonah being swallowed up in a whale by a whale. We all know that a whale it swims in the sea, so it's always inhaling, taking in water. So there's no possible way that Jonah could have been in a whale, because he wouldn't have been able to breathe. He would drown to death. So there's no factual evidence in anything that you all talk about that's in the Bible. None. And it makes no sense. So please stop it with the Bible. I don't believe in that stuff. I'm not going to believe in what you say. You're telling me, some people are telling me that God, you going to hell. Some people are telling me that God is going to get you. Okay, bring it on. I already said I wanted to debate him. I already said that I want to debate him and Jesus. Period. And I ain't seen him yet. I haven't been struck down by lightning. Nothing has happened to me. If anything, I've had better days than worse days. It just makes no sense to me. You Christians, straight up, I don't believe in your religion and neither your God. So why are you still here? I'm just trying to understand that. And this is crazy. This is what's so crazy to me. I really sincerely think that y'all don't care about my song. Y'all don't care about me. You want to know why? Because if you did, you would ask me how I was doing prior to, or giving this much energy prior to me doing these videos. So y'all don't care about my soul and all that. Stop it with that crap in the comment section. What you're trying to do is defend a religion that you know doesn't make sense. It's just that plain and simple. You all are suffering from cognitive dissonance. That plain and simple. You know that your religion doesn't make sense. And what you have to do is you got to psych yourself out to make it make sense. At the end of the day, I'm going to ask you all this question. This has nothing to do with anyone in particular. I'm asking anyone this question that has children. If you were, okay, we got this established. You have children. So, would you allow your son or daughter, to be tortured and killed and not do anything about it? And I want an honest answer. You have the power to say, this ain't happening, not on my watch. What do you do? What do you choose? Period. And please don't say, I would choose death. Well, let me tell you something. I would choose my son or daughter to die for all the people's sins. Let me tell you something. Martin Luther King died. Malcolm X died for the people. And black people still sinning. Black people still doing what they doing. So to answer my own question, hell no, I wouldn't do that. You're sitting there looking at him die, suffer. God is sitting there in heaven, seeing his son being tortured. Do you understand that? Tortured and then killed. There's no telling how long he stayed up on that cross, according to the story, because I don't want y'all to think that I think that this story of Jesus actually was real. So according to the Bible, or according to your preachers and your reverends and you Christians, I don't know how long Jesus stayed up on that cross. Maybe even a day or two, I don't know. They didn't feed him. He didn't have, he couldn't get any water. Like, this man suffered a horrible death only for the most powerful being, most powerful entity that's according to you Christians, not me, that created the universes, galaxies. He could have just said, stop it. That's it. We could go about this a different way. But he didn't. And after that, Jesus died and resurrected. And I'm just trying to understand, once he died and he sat in that mountain or whatever, his body sat in there for a couple of days or whatever, I'm just trying to understand how actually did he resurrect? Because seriously, like, this is the truth. When you die, they remove your internal organs. They drain the blood out of your body. You are dead. You are gone. There's no coming back. How did he resurrect? And then, to add insult to injury, when he resurrected from the dead, he came back to the apostles and he let people know that he resurrected, and he had holes in his hands. I got that from the depiction of, as far as Jesus in the movie that they show every Easter. It makes no sense, man. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, and the thing of it is, somebody has to speak out. Somebody has to be that beacon of light. And if I have to be that, then so be it. If I lose half of my subscribers, then so be it. I am tired of Christians parading around with their chest out as if what they're saying is right and exact until I get in your ass. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. God is a deadbeat dad. Yeah, I said it. God is unreliable. God is a slave master. He is. He could do whatever he want to do. But we, as God's children, can't question him. So it's more so of a do what I say, not do what I do. Because in the Bible, God has killed hundreds upon thousands of people. You do realize in the Bible that it said in, I forgot what scripture, that he repented. That he repented. He knew he was wrong. God is wrong? I thought God was always right. But this is the point that I'm making. Yo, let me tell you something. Christians, y'all gonna have to come up with a better story. Maybe you all and the Nuwabians can come together and come up with a better story. Because both stories, the Nuwabians, I know y'all probably don't know anything about the Nuwabians, but the Nuwabians are kind of just like you all. Like this version of Jesus Christ is Malachi York. They will say Sanunda or Yeshua, but really it's Malachi York. And their version of, Jesus dying on the cross would be that Dr. Malachi York got locked up and he's serving 135 years. So maybe y'all can come together and come up, catch an epiphany and do this big powwow where y'all can change your doctrines and make it make sense. Because Jesus coming back on a horse in Revelations and splitting the sky open doesn't make sense. Before he even literally gets somewhat close to the earth, he's gonna burn up anyway. And the Nuwabians with a spaceship called Nibiru, mother's spaceship called Nibiru, with Anunnakis coming down to pick us up, don't make sense either. So maybe y'all could just like brainstorm and come up with something better. Other than that, I want y'all to like, comment, subscribe, definitely share this video, definitely share this video, especially with the Christians.